Hello everyone, welcome back to school. Hope everyone had some relaxing time over spring break and got to be away from school for a little bit. But you're back, so we are going to be talking about the next assignment, which is our Shark Tank project, okay? If you think back to Unit 2, what we've been learning about is these marketing techniques and how they are used and how they influence humans. I'm going to click on Morgan's here as an example. If you have not yet completed this assignment, I would like you to do that. But remember, these are all of the 12 things that you've learned. These are the relatively, we call them the basic marketing techniques, and then we have the advanced down here. We spent some time on this in class, but I can refresh it if you need. But just remember that these are the marketing techniques that we will be using to develop this. And this is the creative advertisement rubric, aka the Shark Tank project. If you've never seen the show Shark Tank, I'd recommend you watch an episode or some highlights. There's a link here to tell you a little bit what it's about. We're not going to be getting into, the money and those kind of things on this project, but really just the design and how to sell them and using these techniques in a real way. So this is an individual or partner assignment. You can work with one other person if you choose. And the goal of this is that you know and you can teach me that you know these marketing techniques. And there's 12 total. I'd like you to use as many as you can or just a few, do them really, really well. So think about these types of techniques as you go through and think about ones that you could relate to or ones that you want to use, okay? So step one is thinking of a health-related product or service that could change the world and make you rich in the process. Some of the best inventions are relatively simple things that people just come up with and they fit a need and they accomplish it and they make people rich. So maybe this could actually work out in the real world for you. And if so, you got to share some of the money with me, all right? But it cannot already exist. It can be a creative upgrade. So you can't invent a shoe because there are already shoes. You could do shoes, however, that do certain things that help with this problem or that charge your phone as you're walking because they have a battery or something like that, right? Think creative about what you could do. So examples are like athletic equipment, clothing, skin products, vitamins, etc. They could be services like apps or adventure races like the Tough Mudder or Warrior Dash or adventure races. Those are a relatively new thing that people love. They are health related and they made a lot of money. The Tom's model, the Tom's shoe, if you remember, they buy one, give one. There's new types of personal training or athletic training, chiropractic care or volunteer organizations. Basically anything that you can think of that you want to do. All right, it's totally sky's the limit. I want you to be creative on this project. Step two is once you have an idea, I want you to design some sort of advertisement for it. Okay, so it could be it could be like a slides presentation, it could be a video, it could be a poster that you draw, whatever it is, I want you to come up with some kind of advertisement. It says here to use your Chromebook. You don't have to use your Chromebook necessarily, but we'll talk about that more when I return on Wednesday. Okay, so if you're not sure how to design an ad, I've linked a few things here. I've given a couple examples. Obviously, they're not going to look as professional as the ones you see because those are professional ones, but you get the idea. Okay, the key point to this project is that it has to include marketing techniques. You can do this either in the design of the advertisement. You could write, for example, in the corner, buy one, get one, or make a testimonial or something, or the science like 9 out of 10 or whatever it is. You can include it right there in the poster. Or during your presentation, you can do this in person. So for example, I'm going to talk about the, where's the testimonial one? So if I was presenting on a product and I would arrange this ahead of time, I would say, okay, Mike, you're in my class. I want you to, talk about how good my product is. So when I come in and I say, look how great my product is. Has anyone ever used it? I can call Mike and he'll be like, yeah, it's really good. It helped me with this. It cleared up my skin, whatever. And there I have a testimonial live action. Okay, it's not actually in the design. It happened in class. And you can do those sort of things right in class. Okay, as long as you're using them, I don't care how you use them. And it's up to the class after you present to explain these things. And we'll talk about that more on Wednesday. Okay. So here is how we will be grading these things. Everything is out of 5 points. All right, you get scored on creativity, which is did you invent a shoe? Or did you invent a shoe that is completely sustainable? It charges your phone battery. It heals gingivitis. I have no idea how. It just does. Right? More so creative. All right? I really want you to flex that muscle. And I know in class some people think that they're not creative. It's a skill. You practice it. You get better at it. Again, it's not a problem if you get a 2 or 3 on this. But I'd like you to try to just do the sky's the limit. Go over the top. Have some fun with this project. Marketing technique. Again, 1 to 5. To get a 5 on this, you should be using multiple types of these techniques. You should do them live in class or on the presentation itself. However you do it, make sure you use more than 1 or 2. Okay, if you just use bandwagon and celebrity, you'll be down here at the beginning. If you use like bandwagon, celebrity, false deal, studies and claims, youth, that's a little bit more on the advanced side. Okay, put these things, make them work for you, and make yourself get a higher score. Okay. Presentation is how well you come up and actually present your product. Because this is a presentation, everyone in class will do this. And remember, you can work with a partner. So you will get scored on your presentation. And basically all that I'm looking for is that you come up and you have fun, right? I get public speaking is not everyone's strength. I just want you to make an attempt. Come up and try. Did you rehearse a little bit? Did you work out who's going to say what between you and your partner? Just have some effort is really what I'm looking for. It doesn't have to be over the top. And the best presentation I've ever seen, just show some effort, okay? Next one is design. And what I'm looking for on that is just what it looks like, okay? Is it a Google Doc, just like this, that's black and white? That's not very good, right? That looks pretty plain. That would be down here to 2. Is it something that looks more like, let me find it here. Okay, plant pencils. This is a good example. I'm just going to show you an example that someone had done in the past. Okay. Plant pencils, you can see right there they're going for greenwashing. You can already see one of the techniques. They have made some claims right here. Their presentation flows. It's got a nice quality to it. It's got good design. It's got multiple techniques like Kylie Jenner, blah, blah, blah. All these things, okay? So just an example. And the last thing is the Shark Tank, which I mean effort and audience engagement. On this project, it is imperative that you interact with your audience. You either ask them a hypothetical question, you poll them, you get someone to try on your product, so you could make it up invisible, whatever, or you could bring in a hat or something. I want you to engage with the audience, and I'm going to talk more about that in class, but I just want you to be aware that at some point I want you to interact with the audience, because that's an important part of salesmanship and human influence, right? And that's interacting with your audience instead of just talking at them, okay? So, I would like you to get started working on this project today. I have a few examples I'm going to link on the assignment on the classroom so you can see them. Make sure you're using these techniques. You're going to invent something. It can be whatever you want as long as it's health related. And you can choose to work with a partner if you want. And we are going to have these due on Friday. And Friday is, I believe, the 26th. Okay? So, get started. Good luck, and I will see you tomorrow.